In this lesson, I'm going to give you a brief introduction to the Habit e-learning platform and kind of where it positions and how you can think about it. And it's a platform designed to help teach, designed to help coach, and designed to help grow your business. So there's this interesting dynamics right now in the space of professional and personal development, where there's this rising influence of online courses. In fact, online courses and e-learning is expected to reach to more than triple its current revenue and current industry projections. It's expected to triple into somewhere around $360 billion in the next 5 to 10 years. It's somewhere in the hundreds right now, 150 or so. Which is really interesting. The growth in these online interventions, we'll call them, for personal and professional development is just huge. Now, that's part of the market that people are using, and one of the resources that people are using to try to improve themselves. Market or industry that people are using to improve themselves is coaching. So estimates on coaching are somewhere in the $1 billion range, maybe up to $2 billion depending on how you classify potential. They expect it to grow about 20% year over year. But the speed of coaching and the growth of coaching isn't nearly as fast as e-learning or online learning, which is, and here's why it's sad. If you map on these two interventions for personal and professional development, and you map it on impact, so if impact is our vertical axis and it goes from low impact to high impact, coaching and online learning are vastly different. Online learning, for most courses, only about 5% of people finish them. So if you read any articles about massive online courses, the MOOCs, or any of these courses, the vast majority of people buy them and they don't finish them, even if they pay a high ticket. They just don't do much. On top of that, on top of not finishing, when they do finish, online learning right now is very low impact. It's questionable, and they're getting some pushbacks in academia and outside as to whether it's truly a viable model. Now, the more that we try to add the in-person stuff, the better we can do. But right now, most online learning does have that coaching doesn't have is what's going on in that horizontal axis there. It's the reach. So online learning has this tremendous reach, and that's why it's going to hit 360, 350 billion in the next 5 to 10 years, is because anyone, anywhere in the world can take an online course. Anyone, any in the world can have this intervention that occurs over the internet. Coaching, however, has a really low reach, really low reach. Typically, coaching is done one-on-one. The average coach, the average successful coach, has about 10 clients on their docket. Now, there's a rise of group coaching, but even with group coaching, even if you're doing 10, 12 people at a time, you're still limited. Right? There are only so many hours, there's only so much of you. So coaching actually has a very low reach. Now, coaching is the most impactful intervention that we have in terms of making a difference in people's lives, but it has one of the lowest reach, and frankly, it's one of the slower growing interventions. And so here we have this big dichotomy. Everybody wants to do online courses. Everybody wants to consume them, mass market for this, mass audience, but doesn't help many people. And then we have coaching. Not many people know about it. It doesn't. It's really kind of an unknown or undervalued niche. And we'll call it a niche because even though it is growing, it's still not as big as these others. But it's so incredible in terms of the difference it can make in clients' lives. And so as we look at this is the reason why Habit was born. This is it right here. We decided to say, all right, let's take online learning and let's take the mass appeal, the audience, the huge reach that online learning has. Let's combine it with coaching and take these incredible interventions that coaching has and the depth and the impact that coaching can have. And let's combine those two together and let's make a baby. So we married those and we delivered Habit e-learning. And that's where we sit. We combine this online learning with the digital coaching so that people can be incredibly impactful to their clients and to their learners while still having a massive audience and massive reach. So that's where it is generated. We'll talk about more about why this is important to you and what you can do with it.